Alright. This is my video teach with trombone and brass tech. I got my brother right here, Dimitri. Say hi.
Hello.
Thanks for doing this, dude, seriously. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. So the first thing we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and open the case. So yeah, you're gonna make sure that the latches are near you. Careful to open it up. We are having a video teach, man. Thank you. And exactly like that. Okay, so real quick, now that the case is open, we're going to go ahead and start taking out the pieces one by one. Now the first thing we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and take the slide, but we're going to grab it from right here. Your case is a little bit different, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to make sure that you have both of these securely held onto, just like that, just in case the lock is not secure on it. So you can go ahead and check kind of like that right there. Mine wasn't secure, so it was just exactly like that. So, all right, now you're going to want that in your right hand. Go ahead and hold it like that. There you go. Just set it down on the floor like that. Go ahead and grab this part. You can just grab it. Just make sure that you don't grab it from the tuning slide right here. And pick it up. All right, next thing you're going to do, you're going to have the bell facing to the left of it, and you're just going to place it right onto the end. That's not the lead pipe right there. There you go. And what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to make sure that it's not exactly at a 90-degree angle. So you're going to want to maybe it's 70 degrees. No, inside, my bad. I should have mentioned that. Yeah, a little bit more out, like right about there. You see about how it's just kind of slightly in like that? Okay, yeah. Cool. So now go ahead and screw it in. Make sure it's nice and secure. All right, good. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to see that flap right there on your case. Go ahead and flip that up. You'll see the mouthpiece. Go ahead and take that out. Put that into the lead pipe right here. Give it a nice good twist. And there you go. That's it right there. That's the trombone. Okay, cool. So next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to name the parts. So, of course, just not counting the mouthpiece. We're going to go ahead and just skip past that. This little bit right here is called the lead pipe.
Right here? Yeah,
that little bit right there. And so, without taking yours out, you're just going to watch real quick. So this part right here, the gold part, that's the outer slide. The silver part right here is the inner slide.
Okay.
Okay. So this little rubber bit right here is a stopper.
Okay.
Yep. This is the water key, otherwise known as a spit valve.
Okay.
Okay. Next thing right here, this right here is called the weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this bit right here. You feel how it's kind of got a little bit of mass to it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is obviously the tuning slide.
Okay.
Okay. Oh goodness. This right here is the bell branch. All of this right here. This is the bell, obviously. And all of this right here are the braces.
Okay.
Okay, these little bits that are connecting right here. Is there anything else that I'm missing, just to make sure? Get my notes out just in case. Oh, that's right. This is also sometimes called the receiver, but we like using the term lead pipe.
Okay.
So, all right, again, not including the mouthpiece, go ahead and just repeat back to what the ones that I had said. If you can remember.
Lead pipe, outer slide,
very carefully,
inner slide,
make sure,
stopper, spit valve, bell branch, not receivers, braces,
yep.
Weight, and tuning slide.
There we go. The other thing that I forgot to mention as soon as you did it, this right here that's holding the slide is called the lock.
The lock.
Okay, yeah, I should have mentioned that because as soon as you started moving it, I was like, oh crap, I didn't tell him what that part was. So yeah, this is the lock right here. Okay, cool. So, before we get into position, how to hold it and everything, we're gonna go ahead and do posture. And so what I want you to do real quick is just stand up. Okay, so make sure that the back of your legs are touching the front of your seat. You're making me laugh, dude. Okay, so make sure it's touching it. And all I want you to do, keep it a straight torso. I want you to just kind of sit like that. Yeah, you feel how you still kind of standing like that, at least in the torso area. That's called stand to sit. So you're getting that standing feeling into your torso. All right, next thing you do, go ahead and get your feet into a comfortable position like that. Now, we've got the instrument in hand, so we're going to go ahead and just leave it like that. Next thing I want you to do is make sure that no other body parts are touching any other body parts. So you're going to be staying, something like that. Yeah, making sure that you have it nice and away from everything else. Normally, whenever you don't have the instrument, you can just have your arm on your hands on your knees. But since we do have the instrument, you're just going to keep it hanging on right there. Okay? Next thing is you're going to want to stay physically soft. There's no tension at all in any of your body. Why is this so much harder with my brother? I don't understand. Anyways, so you're going to want to stay physically soft, no tension in your body whatsoever. Make sure your head is floating above your torso. So it's not leaning back or forward, side to side, all that sort of stuff.
Head.
Yeah. Well, basically, like if you were thinking about like a little rubber ducky on the water.
Okay.
I don't know how else to put it, a floaty or whatever.
All right.
Whatever else floats on water. Are you just thinking about that? How it's just like staying on. It's basically just floating. Like it's not leaning to the side. It's not leaning in the back. It's just like perfectly on level.
Mm.
Exactly like that. What else am I thinking? I said. Stand sit, be soft. That's right. Okay, I want you to go ahead and take your right hand, and what you're going to do is you're going to reach into the small of your back, and you're going to press forward. You're going to feel your ribs open up like that. Okay, and so that's also like reinforcing the stand to sit feature right there, and it's just allowing more passage of air. What is the other bit that I'm missing? Okay, that's my mistake. Apparently, I had done all of them. So. Okay, well in that case, we're going to go ahead and move on. We're going to go ahead and do hand position with everything. So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and hold the slides with this, your right hand. So you can go ahead and just kind of hold it securely like that just to make sure. All right, with your left hand, I want you to make an L like this. So, okay. Now what I want you to do with that L is I want you to go ahead and just place your index finger on the lead pipe. This is the lead pipe, the very small section. There you go, right there. And your thumb is just going to relax over the brace like that. Exactly like that. And so your other fingers, however, are going to be, it's going to be 2 onto the bottom right here, wrapping around. And your middle finger is going to be resting on top of those. So kind of like, no. It's still inside that rectangle. The rest of your fingers are going to be inside that rectangle. But your 2 are going to be on the bottom, like such. Or on the side, I should say. And then exactly like that, yes. So that's how it's going to be positioned, like that. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to be doing your right hand. And what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and pinch like this with 2 fingers. Your thumb's going to be going in between like that. So your 2 fingers are going to go on the bottom of the slide, like such, or on the side, depending on how you look on it. And then your thumb is going to be pinching right in the middle like that. So if you were to lift up your horn, you feel that? So you should be feeling like a sense of carrying with the 2 fingers, or no, I'm sorry, with all 3 fingers that are inside the rectangle. That's where you're going to be lifting up. And then the rest of here, like your thumb and your index finger, are just going to be for balance purposes. And so, and you're going to be holding it like such. So, okay. Now, going on from here, it's going to be the horn angle is almost straight across. Almost straight across, so you're going to be lifting up a little bit. You're just, and then just kind of go down just slightly, like that. That is the proper position. It's not too high, it's not down here or anything like that. It's straight across, just slightly down, like that. Okay, so exactly. And then mouthpiece placement is going to be 2/3 of it is actually going to be on your upper lip, like this. Perfect, exactly like that.
Okay.
So, all right. I want you to go ahead and set it down real quick. Go ahead and just. What's that?
Hit myself in the head.
Make sure that the screw is fastened pretty nicely. It looks like it might have been tilted. No.
This one?
The screw, yeah. It's still on there pretty good? Yeah, okay, good. As long as the top is not moving. Mine's actually a little bit loose. I should have mentioned that. Sorry, Dr. Cabot. So go ahead and just grab it like somewhere else, like maybe up here. Yeah. Now I want you to go ahead and pick it up with the proper hand position like we did before, without me telling you what to do. There you go. Now hold that for a second. All right, that's good. What I forgot to mention was that it needs to be centered. So yeah, you had it centered, so you were good. It's just I had forgotten to mention that, so you did just fine. Okay, so excuse me. All right, the next thing to do is how to do your embouchure. So what I want you to do, actually before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and do some breathing with you. So real quick, what I want you to do is I want you to just go, it's just nice and natural. That's all it is. You're just a quick, nice and deep, big. There you go. Make sure you have the right playing position as well, nice and tall. One more time. And one last time, remember that you're breathing in from your gut. There you go. It's as simple as that. It's nice and natural. There's no hitches in it. There's no, nothing like that. No. It's just nice and natural. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is with the embouchure using the same breathing and everything. What I want you to do is whenever you breathe in, this time I want you to say out loud, bless you, poo. So,
Poo.
there you go. One more time.
Poo.
Why are you laughing? Really? Anyways, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to use the same syllable whenever you breathe.
Sorry, I still think that.
Okay. Whenever you breathe, I want you to go ahead and use the same syllable. Just don't say the word. I want you to go. Okay. Now, do it one more time. Now, the next thing I want you to go ahead and do is I want you to kind of close it a little bit. I want you to just go. Do it one more time.
I don't know why that's so funny, but
There you go. Okay. Oh, you know what? I actually skipped ahead a few steps. What I want you, this is going to be hard for us. I apologize. What I want you to do is I want you to make the most normal face you can think about doing, okay? Like if you're sitting there watching TV, it's just... This is what I get for using my brother as a student. So, just if you were to like sit there watching TV, just looking straight ahead. Don't look at me, all right? That's all you got to do.
I had it for like a second.
Yeah, exactly like just purely relaxed like that. Using that right there, using the same syllables and everything. That's what you're going to be using for that. It's just what we call normal face. That's it. Just what feels like normal face. And so using that same thing, I want you to go ahead and use the poo syllable.
You want me to do that while I have a straight face?
While you have a straight face, yes. Kind of the normal face that I showed you.
you want me to say poo again?
Yeah. No, not say it. I want you to use what I had said with the approximation. Yeah.
Okay.
Still feeling really relaxed all over. Do it one more time. Now close it up a little bit more. We're getting a little too relaxed on the lips. Exactly like that. That right there is perfect. One more time. Good. So that is how you create the embouchure. It's just very normal. You don't have to be physically doing any buzzing or anything like that. It's just simply your like that. Okay. Next up, I want you to go ahead and take out the mouthpiece. Very carefully.
It's got stuck there. Look where you go. It's got stuck.
Would have been so troubling. Okay, so using that same technique of just keeping the normal face and just like that, I want you to go ahead and place the mouthpiece on here and do the same thing. Make sure that you got 2/3 of the mouthpiece up on your upper lip and 1/3 down, not equal, not down here. 2/3. Now make sure that you're applying some pressure, so it's going to be sounding Really? Yeah, I'm not gonna look at him. That's. Good. One more time, try to get a lower sound. We're not gonna last too long on this, I just want you to get a feel for it. That's it right there. Okay, now go ahead, we won't be focusing too much into that. We're gonna go ahead and put it back in. And so I want you, the key thing here is you're not making the vibration. You're not gonna be sitting there going, not like that, okay? You're simply doing the same thing that you were doing, like that, okay? Now, that's all you're gonna be doing with this. You're not making the vibration, you're letting it just happen. That's all it is. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just do the same thing. We're gonna jump right into it. Not gonna be that much different. I want you to go ahead and just do the same with both hands, the same hand position that you had. So go ahead and hold it like that. Go ahead and bring it up to your face like that. Remember the horn angle, how much balance you got. With me, you're gonna breathe in and go. One more time. By yourself. Good. Good first ones. So one more time. Okay, good. So go ahead and set it down. Those are good first vibrations. So the next thing that we're going to go ahead and do is, that's right, note shapes. So, how should I do this? I apologize. There was some component that's actually missing from here that I was not able to bring, so that's why I'm actually needing to improvise a little bit. Oh, you know what? I could just use this. Thinking too hard about this. Okay. So, the next thing that we're going to be focusing on is note shapes. Real quick. Don't put your horn down just yet. I'm just going to be doing this real quick. Oops. That is not right. So,
Just grab my pencil real quick.
pen's fine. Okay, so. And it's going to be like moving kind of like this. So you're going to be going straight across like that whenever I'm holding out my sound. And I want you to draw with your hand how the sound, how you think it sounds.
Okay.
If you understand that. Okay? So. You see that right there? Those are what we're calling note shapes. So, excuse me. What it basically is you're trying to get that solid sound like that, just going straight across. So if I were to quickly, for time's sake, we're just going to be doing, I'm just going to be drawing one of my own. I'll be doing something like this. So if I were to draw that, I'm going to draw it, actually, put that down real quick. If I were to draw that myself, that's how I would see my note shape, just like that. So I want you to go ahead, I want you to put down your horn exactly like that, make sure that the mouthpiece is down and that the bell is down as well. Exactly like that. Okay, go ahead and take this real quick. I'm going to play one more, and you're going to go ahead and draw it how you see it. And you know what, we'll do one more. Oops, excuse me. Good. And why don't you go ahead and make them like little blocks, essentially, kind of like what I had done on there on the paper. Okay. Well, there were two separate sounds. That's why you need to make them separate blocks. So go ahead and just
What do you mean?
kind of like whenever I did the first sound, this was that first note shape. Whenever I did my two sounds for you to draw for yourself, like this right here, I saw this first line was the first note shape that you saw.
Mm.
So
And then-
that would be that one note shape. And then the second line was I saw the other note shape that I had done.
No, it sounded like you didn't shape it to me.
Here, we'll try it again. How about that? Okay. So I'll do my first one. Okay, now go ahead and block that off. Okay, now here's the next one. Exactly like that. That's the note shapes right there.
Okay.
Okay, so now what we're going to go ahead and do, good. What we're going to go ahead and do, I'll go ahead and hold on to this for right now. You can just do one, but what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and play on one note shape on there, and I will draw how it sounds. And then I will have you play one more, and then you will draw how you think it sounds, okay? So go ahead and do that. Okay, now hang on a second. So you see with that note shape, I mean, it's going all over the place a little bit. It goes up, it goes down, but it stays consistent at least. It stays the same size. It doesn't get smaller, it doesn't get bigger or anything like that, okay? So pay attention to your own sound, play one more, and I want you to draw that note shape. Go ahead and sit that down. Perfect, exactly like that. Good. Good. So that's the essential thing about note shapes that you should see right there. Now, whenever I had done the second note shape myself over here, how you had seen it, just that brick of sound right there, that is the ideal thing that you want to get right there. So, I'll go ahead and play for you one more time, that note shape. A little bit of shakiness in there, but essentially it's the same brick of sound like that. I want you to go ahead and try to replicate that to your best ability. Keeping a normal face, not trying too hard, no tension. Keep in mind your playing position. And it doesn't matter which sound comes out. I'm just playing the low sound right now for sound purposes. If something higher comes out, that's perfectly fine. Just try to make the sound as solid as possible. One more time. Okay, so what I want you to do, we're going to go ahead and try and focus on how we can go ahead and just improve the sound. In other words, make better quality tones and centering. So, in terms of things that sound center, you have things that can sound below center. You hear how it's below. or you can have it above center and it sounds something like this. You hear how it's just keep on popping up, and it also sounds really nasally and tight. So, but you want to find that happy medium, right in between. Now what you're doing there is you're keeping in mind teeth placement. You've got an open jaw, not too open, not too, not too tight. Tongue placement is the other thing. You're going to want to keep it low. You don't want it high, so it's going to be down, ah. You can think ah, not e, ah. And some other variables that I'll go ahead and fix as it goes along. So I want you to go ahead and try to play, specifically I want you to play the low B flat. Like that, okay? Now push your air through. It can come out loud, it can come out soft, it doesn't have, it would preferably be loud. That's where the solidness is gonna come. That's where the center is gonna be. There it is. Why don't you go ahead and take it down for a second? Go ahead and just go. One more time, try to close up the lips a little bit more. Now try that. See how that feels. Keep it normal, exactly like that. That was it right there. It was getting there. I think what you need to do is you actually have your jaw open a little too much and just go ahead and close it just a little bit more. Good. Now it sounded a little airy. I want you to go ahead and put just a little bit of corner energy.
Like tighten it?
Tighten is not the word that I would use, but you know, how would I say it?
Like,
think of it like flexing.
okay, so just like firming? I guess?
Yes, firm would be a good. There it is. It's getting there. Go ahead and do it one more time. Now, what did you do? So I know what you just did. What did you do to change that? Because the beginning was a little high. It was getting above center, and then it immediately went into center. So what did you change? What did you notice?
Well, in the mouthpiece, it feels like I'm pretty much making like a kiss face, almost.
A kiss face.
Almost. That kind of like not tightens the corners, but flexes them, I guess.
Well, you don't want to be making a kiss face. Well, you don't want to be puckering into the mouthpiece whatsoever. You want to keep it, again, normal, just by itself like that. You don't want to be pressing into the mouthpiece or, like I said, flexing out like to where the point where it's just like not getting into the mouthpiece, if that makes sense. Like you're just solid stiff like that. Just keep that normal face. Don't change anything. Just try to keep that poo syllable going through.
Okay.
Okay. There it is. That's it right there. Go ahead and do it one more time. Keep in mind what you did.
And you do it once and then you try and do it again. Just can't.
That's okay. One other thing, whenever you're playing the note, are you using your tongue or are you just saying poo?
I guess I'm kind of like popping it with my tongue, like.
Yeah, no, we're not using any of the articulations just yet.
Okay.
So we're just going to be using poo like that, okay? Just let it happen. Don't make it happen. One more time. right there. Okay. What did you do differently?
It felt like I had the mouthpiece up on the top of my upper lip,
Mm-hmm.
and then it felt like I was aiming the air upward.
You were aiming the air upward.
Yeah, towards the top of the
Okay,
mouthpiece.
that was then what probably happened was because you were below center whenever you started that. So what probably happened is that you weren't aiming upward, you were actually aiming straight into the trombone because you immediately got into that center. Again, a bit of a rough start with it because you were below center, but you immediately fixed it, pushing the air straight through. So we're gonna work one more time with that, and then we're gonna move on. So I want you to play a few more. Go and wet your lips. That was a good one. Make sure that you are getting that p syllable, because you're just kind of letting the air, I'm sorry to do that, you're kind of just letting the air until it happens. Keep the lips touching whenever it happens, okay? Mm-hmm. That was the best one right there. That was beautiful. See if you can do it one more time, and then we're going to go ahead and move on. Okay. Okay.
I sound like I'm like a cartoon.
Okay, and one other thing, we're going to go ahead and just review one more time with that, because again, there were times whenever you had it, especially that really nice one. That last one that you had, of course, a little bit of a rough start, so you had to make sure that you got it just right, but that last one you had a great start with it, and then it kind of just faltered down. What was the thing that was changing for you?
I think I was focusing too much on like my lips, and I wasn't putting enough pressure maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just losing air on the sides.
Okay. Now, in terms of pressure, whenever you say not enough pressure, you weren't pressing like really hard.
No,
right?
no, I wasn't.
Like you were just kind of like lightly.
Yeah, I was
there.
just, I just like had it there, and then it would like come off a little bit.
Now, funny enough, we actually had someone in our class who actually was having a bit of a hard time with that because he wasn't using enough pressure, and like literally was just kind of resting right there. So it's good that you paid attention to that. So no, you are getting it, especially with those last few. I mean, there were some great centered notes, nice note shapes, very solid. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next few. So the next thing, now we're going to start using our tongue with some articulations. So now what I want you to go ahead and do is instead of poo, I want you to go ahead and say two. Just go ahead and say it, two.
Two.
Exactly like that. Again.
Two.
Good. Now I want you to do that with just using air. Again. Okay. Now again, center the kind of like with poo. I want you to go ahead and center that that feeling. Just now you're letting the lips relax a little too much. I want you kind of like with your poo syllable. I want you to go. Good. Now again. Now, while letting it happen, I want you to just go. Good. Now, I want you to go ahead and take your hand just like this. I want you to feel where the air is going. You should be feeling it somewhat. You don't have to let go of your trombone. It's just to show you. You should be feeling it maybe somewhere right in the middle, and it should just be hitting like that. Now, whenever you're articulating, all you're doing is you're interrupting the air very quickly. You're not changing its direction. You're not changing the speed or anything. You're just quickly cutting it, kind of like a hose. If you were to put take a water hose and let it spray out, and you were just to take your finger and go like that, it's just a quick interruption like that. That's all it is. So you're just going to be aiming for right in the center of your palm. So go ahead with me. Again. Now I want you to go ahead and blow in my hand just to see where it's going to be going. Good. Again. That's perfect. What I am noticing, however, is I want you to make sure sometimes the air is moving up a little bit. It's just a tiny bit, not too much, but you might want to pay attention to that. So, real quick, I want you to find that good center note one more time. Get your proper playing position. Go and play with you. Go ahead. There it is, by yourself. Try bringing your lips more together. Now try blowing more air this time. Just try. One more time, go ahead and just bring it down real quick. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead and just kind of massage your lips real quick. Just make sure that everything is okay. Give it a nice stretch. Just open it up like that. Okay, now keep it normal. Like that. Good. Now just bring it up. Keep that same face. Breathe in. One more time, just with corner energy this time. Good. Again. You hear how it's getting there. It's right in the center. I think what is happening actually is that the air is moving around just a little bit. And so what I want you to do is I want you to keep that same straight air, kind of like what you had. You had said that you thought that you were pointing the air up a little bit more than usual. I want you to think about that, because what that's actually doing is, like I said before, it's going actually straight into the trombone. So same thing, normal face, a little bit more corner energy, and try, like you had said, aiming the air a little bit more up. Again. Good. And for posterity's sake, I want you to go ahead and just bring it down. Good. Let it relax for a second. Bring it up and do it again. That was the best. Okay, so now I want you, whenever you have it solid, a good center tone, a good nice note shape, I want you to go ahead and start adding the to it, okay? Kind of sounding like this. I'll go ahead and give an example. Oh, I should mention as well. You're not starting with poo, you're starting with two this time. Really? How old are you again? Sorry.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
With the two, am I touching the roof of my mouth or my teeth?
You're actually touching right where the, let's say, like, if you were to say two right now,
Two.
where do you feel your tongue?
Roof of my mouth.
You feel on the roof of your mouth.
Two.
Two, like.
Two. Yeah,
See,
two.
whenever I say it is whenever I feel actually where my gums are meeting my teeth. Two.
Two. Yeah, no.
No? Okay.
Two.
Well, in that case, what I want you to actually feel, we're going to go ahead and try that for right now, but what you should be feeling is from the kind of almost where the back of your teeth are,
Okay.
where they meet the gums. That's where the goal is, but we're going to go ahead and do what you normally do for two, and we'll just we'll work with it from there. If I need you to change the where I had said, then I will let you know. So go ahead and find that center note. As soon as you do, start with two, and start adding some articulations into it. So the problem problem with that actually is that your tongue is wanting to go high, so therefore you're getting that high note right there. So what you're wanting to do is just really quickly is just hit it and then come right back down to get your tongue back down low, okay? Corner energy, aim the air up. There it is. Whenever you did the first couple, it wanted to go back up, but you immediately fixed it. So try again. Excuse me. Good. Real quick, I want you to go ahead and just, yeah, take your pinky and I want you to hold on to this brace right here. And I want you to go ahead and open up your water tank and blow out. Good. Okay, so try it again. Now we have less water. It wasn't bad, you got a good solid note shape, but it was below center. So I want you to, you're putting your tongue down a little too much now. I want you to lift it up just a little bit more. So now it's just a little bit more corner energy. It takes a lot, doesn't it?
Man.
Okay, so I want you to go ahead and actually let me hear it one more time. Let me see how I can fix this. Go ahead. Remember the things that I had said about getting your nice center tone? Go ahead and try to find that first. Make sure that whenever you're breathing in through the nose is actually a little bit harmful. Make sure that whenever you breathe in from the mouth because it gets a lot more in, it expands a little bit more. Go ahead and bring it down real quick. Try the approximation again. Making sure to keep the normal face, no, very relaxed. Feel real quick, make sure the air is going straight. Good, okay. Try to find the center. Now, quick thing, it's sounding okay. What I'm noticing real quick is that your mouthpiece is actually starting to slide down. Bring it up a little bit more.
Oh, that's weird.
It's
I didn't say anything, but I adjusted that on my own because that's what helped me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and adjust it back real quick and just go ahead and check. Okay, now have it like you did before. Okay, so you're, yeah, normally we'd have it 2/3 and you're probably like, maybe at, that's about 66%. You're probably at like 60%. So it's not too far down. It's still not necessarily ideal, but if that's what's helping, then it's sounding great whenever you do get it. So we'll go ahead and keep it like that for right now. Go ahead and one more time, we're going to go ahead and do the articulations. Again, try to find the center tone. And this time, take them a little bit slower. So just make sure that you get one and then like get back into the center tone. And then after you do that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the last step.
So you're saying start at not center and then go center?
No. Start at center. I want you to get a good center, but whenever you articulate, just don't do it two. I want you to do two, make them slow and make sure that you get center every single time. before, actually we won't be moving on, there's something I actually want to experiment with. Instead of saying two, why don't you try saying like thu?
Foo.
Yeah, you feel how it's getting like, make sure it's not hitting your lips, but you're going to want to just be thinking of thu, 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 thu. That might help.
So like, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Find center first. That's sounding better, actually, because it's just cutting off straight ahead. It's just not, that didn't make any sense. It's interrupting very quickly, and it's not sacrificing tone. It started dipping down a little bit, but I think that's because you're starting to get a little bit more conscious of where your tongue is. So that sounded better. We're going to go ahead and try to keep it like that. Let's do that again. That was the best one right there. Okay, we'll do it one more time and then we'll go ahead and move on. Okay, now make sure, I think that last bit was just probably because you were losing air right there, so I won't fault you on that. But before we do move on, how did that feel to you? Anything that changed? Was it all relatively the same?
As far as my mouthpiece placement, I about the same.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to describe with my lips, but it's almost like if you know, if you had like a needle and you were trying to hold the needle with the tip of your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
it felt like that.
Okay.
That's what I was doing.
Okay. So, well, I mean, the good thing is that you're trying to, as long as you're not like holding it too hard or anything like that, you're just kind of like letting it like sit right there, and you're just kind of holding it there. Then that's okay. That's exactly what that needs to feel like. Yeah, if you were to place like a needle right there, then it shouldn't have to move. Like it just sits there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a natural feeling. So that's good. Now, in terms of like maybe the articulation, the tonguing, or anything like that, anything that changed with that after I told you about thu? Did it feel okay, or was it a little hard?
The thu is definitely better than the two, but I feel like that has no effect on that had no effect on my pitch. It's just that I was having trouble finding the right embouchure.
Okay. So, well, whenever you did find the right embouchure, it definitely sounded good. Like those last few, you found center perfectly. Articulation, initially it would go above center. I think you were just very conscious of where your tongue was though, because after that you immediately fixed it, so that sounded good. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to be going to is actually the slur, and so that's what this is what it's going to be sounding like. Excuse me. You're going to be moving up. And actually, I used the thu syllable, but we're just going to be using poo. So, before we actually move into it, though, what I want you to do is go ahead and sing the pitch. Now, actually, before you do that, what I want you to think about whenever you go into the high pitch. Now, that's not the right pitch, but I mean, again, I think you can get the idea. Again, one more time. You hear how you feel how the tongue, the back of the tongue, is lifting up like that.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing that you're also going to be thinking about is you're going to be pushing more air into it. So it's you're going to be pushing a lot of air through.
So I'm making the E but pushing more air?
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what it's going to be. So again. Good. Okay. Go ahead and try to find a centered tone on the low B flat. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and do that, and what I want you to do, push more air and lift up your tongue. Good. It was a little below center, but I think that's just mostly because I believe it was more of an air problem, but we'll go ahead and take one more look at it. I want it to be immediate. You should be feeling a little bit of like pushing the air out from down here. Good. That was it, right there.
Cool.
Okay, let's do it one more time.
It's kind of funny how it works. It feels like it almost feels like a pop of air.
That's exactly what it feels like. It's reaching. This isn't the right word for it, but it's kind of like you're passing like a break.
Yeah,
point,
exactly.
sort of.
Yeah. I know what you
So,
mean.
all right, go ahead and do it again. Get the same feel. Find a good first center tone. Now make sure that you're not sacrificing the sound whenever you get up there. It sounds good whenever it's getting there. It just needs to come out more. So. Real quick, I want you to go ahead and wet your lips one more time. And again, a little bit more corn energy. Good. Now it just needs. Now the only thing is the tongue needs to be lifted up just a little bit more whenever you get into the top. Okay. Now, what are you feeling with that break? What are you feeling with that break? Is it like any like weird feeling whenever you? I say break. That's not the correct term, but for lack of terms.
Well, I just feel like when I get to the higher note, it just like loses control.
Loses control.
And I'm not sure how to control it.
Okay. Well, if we were to be thinking about our air, what I want you to go ahead and do, put your hand in front like this. And kind of like what you do with that, I want you to do the same thing that you would do whenever you're moving into the higher one, and just blow your air. I want you to tell me where the air is going. Where do you feel the air going?
I feel like it went down.
Going down? Yeah, that's not a good thing. You should probably even be aiming the air a little bit more up, is what it is. So that's all lip energy right there. So you should be feeling a little bit more muscle in here. So go ahead and do it again.
I can't.
The other thing is I'm starting to notice you're actually not using enough air whenever you go into the higher one. Yes. Now, no matter where that's pointing, well, where was it pointing actually? Still pointing down or?
It started to. I started to slowly get it to go up towards my fingers.
Okay, good. That's exactly what it should be doing then. Doing exactly that, like the same amount of air that you did right there, because you were really sacrificing that air whenever you were doing that. But you did exactly what it needed to do whenever you were using the approximation. So go ahead and do the same thing on the horn. Beautiful sounding. You're even wanting to go higher. So that's beautiful sounding right there. Do it again. Bravo. Exactly what it needs to sound like. So, okay, yeah, so some assessment right here. Okay, so, remember the note shapes that I was telling you about? I'll go ahead and, no, you're going to keep holding on to it. I'm done, but you're not. So, you remember the note shapes whenever I said brick of sound, just solid sound like that. You've been getting a great B flat. I want you to do the same thing, and I will make sure that you get it solid. So, I want you to do one good note shape. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the sound is. It can be below center, it can be above center, but I want it to be solid. Okay, just solid. No, I'm sorry. I should have clarified. There's no slur or anything. We're just gonna be doing note shape, and that's it.
And if you go lower, below center, you just lose a ton of air.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens. I don't want you to move it around. I want one solid, just straight like that.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful. And heck, that was even good center, but we'll go ahead and do it one more time just for center's sake. So make sure that it stays. That was a great note shape. It was moving around a little bit, but it relatively stayed nice and straight. So again, one more time. Beautiful center. Okay, the next thing is I want you to do some articulation. Now, remember what I had told you, the thu rather than the tu? This time you don't have to do it slow. I'd like to hear it just as randomly as possible, very unregulated. You could do tu, and faster, or if you wanted to take it even slower, it doesn't matter. Or you want to do the same, that's perfectly fine. But I want you to just do random sets of articulation, okay? Good. And the last bit is the slur. I want you to do one good slur. Center with that, just a tiny bit. I think it's more of the tongue, and, or no. Actually, I would say it's more air. So just push more air. A little bit more tongue. There it is right there. One more time. But generally okay. So good. That sounds good. So now we're gonna go ahead and put it up. So the first things first, I want you to go ahead and take out the mouthpiece and put that back. I know where it goes. I know where it goes. There it is. Okay. Yes, exactly. Go ahead and unscrew that. Make sure it's nice and unscrewed. Now, don't get ahead of me. What I want you to do, I want you to grab it by the bell branch right here. And you're going to be securely holding it like here. And I want you to lift up nice and carefully. Put it back to the place it needs to go. Now yours yours is a little bit more different than mine. Mine is just placed, set in, but yours, you just notice right there, it snaps back into place. So it's the same thing with the slide. Make sure real quick that the lock is onto the outer slide. So make sure it's not coming out or anything like that. Give it a good few wiggles. Good. Okay. Now, another thing, make sure that the spit valve is facing up. It's not facing down. So go ahead and place that back. Good. Right underneath there. Press. Close it up. Close all three latches. That's a mistake I always make. We're good to go. All right. Thanks, Dimitri.
Cool.
All right.